Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you saw in the last video, we worked on the YZ450 and we got the plastics and graphics put on, I think, which look amazing. And today we're going to be actually putting the motor back together and getting that probably put back in the bike. We have everything prepped over here, so we're just going to move over to the bench and get started. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is get the counterbalancer off of this old shaft here. As you can see, that's where it snapped off. So we're going to stick it in the vise and see if we can get that off. So first we need to knock this little ring back so we can bend it down, and then that'll allow the nut to spin. I just used a flathead screwdriver and a little hammer. And then I'm just gonna bend this down with some pliers. Oh, that looks like that's already loose, so we don't even have to impact it. All right, well that's it. So there's a little lock ring. There's going to be a keyway in here too, so you want to make sure you don't lose that. Which it just fell out. Oh, no it didn't. Here we go. And, okay, now I dropped it. Alright, here's that little keyway. And here's the gear. And then that's the old shaft and this destroyed bearing. Alright, let's go over to the bench and work on the rest. Alright, now we're just going to work on swapping all the parts over. I've already got the bearings in and greased and the surfaces of the new case halves prepped. I do want to swap out this oil pickup. I don't know why it's loose, and it's also a little rusty. This one is in good shape. It just has some debris from the explosion, and I just have to clean that out. So that's what we'll work on now. Alright, so there's our oil pickup, all clean, got all the little pieces out of there. And we're just going to swap it on to this one here. So we got the case halves cleaned up. I swapped over the oil pickup, and then now we're going to work on the transmission. We need to take out the shifter barrel and all the gears, and we're just going to swap them right over to this other case. as you saw, we got the transmission swapped over. It did take a little longer than I thought it would. It came apart when I was trying to move it all in one piece. But yeah, I got it back in there. Everything's good. The shifter barrel is screwed down, so we're good there. The oil pickup is on there as well. I swapped that over from the original motor to the new case halves. The one that came in the new case was rusted. So next we are going to put our Yamaha bond on the case halves, get the crank in there, and then the shift shaft, and squeeze them together, and then we should be able to start putting the rest of the components on. Alright, so we got the case halves together. We're just going to start putting the components back in, all the gears and everything on the drive side here. So let's get into that. Alright, so you're probably wondering why this case is split again. I was getting the transmission back together and noticed it was binding up a little bit. I was having problems shifting it into the different gears, so I decided to split the case and look a little closer at the transmission, and I found that broken tooth right there. There are a couple nicks on some of the other gears as well, so I just went ahead and ordered another transmission, and that should be here in a few days. So that's just a minor setback. We'll get the transmission in and get everything back together, but that's going to do it for this video. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.